This is the BGG Climbers list for the week ending 8/18/2021. If you want to take a look at the list, it's put together every week by Michael Alexander, and I'll include links in the description below in case you want to subscribe to it. So let's get into this week's list. We'll start with the games that have fallen the most, or notable fallers. One is Maracaibo. So this game may have peaked. If you look, it was 37th place, then number 36, back to number 37. It probably isn't going to increase too much, although I do understand there's an expansion coming out which might drive a small increase here. Pandemic Legacy Season 2 has probably peaked. I think it's general consensus that Season 1 is better. I'm hoping to be able to play it fairly soon and give my opinion. Actually, Season 1 is better, and Season 0, which I think we'll see Season 0 show up in the top 10 at some point. Fields of Arle, this one's slowly been declining, and On Mars has possibly peaked for now, but again, they have this Kickstarter with their new semi-cooperative expansion, which I'm not a huge fan of semi-co-op, but it could cause it to drop. It could cause it to increase a little bit with some new players coming in. And Twilight Struggle, which I think used to be the number 1 game, it's now number 13. So let's get into the stuff below the top 10. One is Oath. So Oath continues to do pretty well, actually better. I'd say a little bit better than I expected. It's doing, possibly good enough to end up in the top 100 at some. We'll see. Lost Ruins of Arnak continues to climb. This one is doing really well. It's at 53. I don't think it's going to hit the top 25. I think it's going to stop somewhere. And Dune Imperium is doing really well. This is probably going to end up in the top 25 game, especially now that it's much more widely available. It's only had 8,500-ish ratings. And there's going to be expansion already. So, and the upgrade pack for like a deluxe upgrade version. So there's that. And Summoner War 2nd Edition is getting a lot of really good reviews. This one is doing really well. So that's good. It's nice that they can release kind of an updated version of an older game and it be pretty popular. Comet Blood and Sand, this is continuing to do extremely well. This is almost certainly going to be in the top 100 at some point. And I think that's actually this one we're watching. It's looked like a unique game. It's doing about where I expected, which means I think at this point it is very unlikely to get into the top 100. And War of the Ring. So this one jumped back up a spot to get into number 12. It's probably peaked, but again, there's another expansion coming out for this, and maybe a reprint of the old expansion, which I finally got an opportunity to play this game. It's been on my list for a long time. I think it's a very cool game, although I kind of feel, Star Wars Rebellion very clearly took inspiration, or at least in my opinion, took inspiration from this game. And I feel like Star Wars Rebellion is maybe a little bit better. It's definitely, I would say, more intense. Like there's, in this game, you never, I don't know, I guess I always felt like, stuff's going to happen. But in Star Wars Rebellion, like, the clock is always ticking, and you need to find the rebels, or you need to stay hidden, and you need to kind of do some misdirection in the gameplay, and doing that is very adds another element of stress, I think, to the game. And they are both about the same length. So that's number 13, War of the Ring, and number 10 is Meadow. So this game is actually doing really well. It's continuing to climb, and I think it got a really good Dice Tower review, or a couple of reviews there. So this one may do better than I expected. That's number 10, Meadow. Number 9 is Unsettled. So its new ratings have come down a little bit. This must be getting delivered to backers. This is the latest Orange Nebula game. Same company that published Vindication, which was a pretty big hit. I don't know if it's going to do as well as Vindication, but we'll have to see in the coming weeks. That's number 9, Unsettled. Number 8, Imperium Classics. So this one is picked up a little bit here. There does seem to be a group of people that really like this game. I saw the Dice Tower review. I think it was generally positive, but I think the rules detracted from it, and that is kind of unfortunate. I feel like that will probably cause me to not pick up this or the Imperium Legends game. Just from I do appreciate rules that don't have a lot of special cases, I would say. So that's number 8, Imperium Classics. Number 7, Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. So it's coming down a little bit. I think that's expected. I think it seems like it's a good game, but not as good as the original Terraforming. Original Terraforming Mars, in my opinion, Terraforming Mars plus Prelude is the best combination. And then just some cards from the other expansions just give more variety. There are apparently some house rules for this that make it a little bit better game that is, I guess, given people a improved reason to like it. But I do think this will stay outside of the top 100. That is my gut feeling. That's number 7, Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. Number 6 is Alien Fate of the Nostromo. Not Nostromo. I don't know how to pronounce it. So this is an Alien game that is not kickstarted, as far as I know, and is going to be, I guess, like the movie Alien. This does have some cool looking minis. I assume that maybe they come painted. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a cat. Probably from the movie. And it's got this board. I'm not really sure. If we look at this, it's got cooperative game, which is, I guess, good with an alien theme. I don't know if the semi co-op from Nemesis really worked for me. It was kind of a weird thing. I felt like maybe it'd be a better game without the semi cooperative aspect. Let's see what the ratings here are saying. Oh, okay. The Nostromo is the ship. That's how long it's been since I watched Alien. It looks like I guess it's a lighter weight game in the vein of Horrified, which I think is good. I mean, I think having a game that is a good game that average people that are not board gamers are interested in picking up, that bring modern board gaming to that group. It's a really good thing, and it's published by Ravensburger, who has done a phenomenal job with a number of these IP titles that bring new people in. Princess Bride, my kids liked playing it with me. It wasn't a terribly exciting game, but it was really good to play as my family, which is kind of what the Princess Bride movie is all about. And this one is probably for setting up and playing as a family board game, or with people that don't really play board games, and having some fun and killing some aliens, I guess. So, I don't think this is probably going to end up in the top 100 just based on its kind of mixed rating to start with, but you never know. Sometimes these games surprise you with how much popularity they have. Number 6, Alien. Number 5, we talked a lot about. This is Ankh, Gods of Egypt. I did watch the review from the Dice Tower, and there was mostly positive with some of the... I think in general people didn't like the player elimination aspect, which I can understand. I'm not a big fan typically of games that have player elimination, which is probably why I will never pick this game. And also, they didn't like the fact this combining thing. Like, if you don't know about the rule from the beginning, you can situate yourself in a way that's impossible to win with the combined deity. So that's Ankh. I don't think this is going to hit the top 100. That's just my feeling on it. which is kind of surprising because Rising Sun did, even though I didn't think it was as good of a game. But let's see. We may see it show up with a little bit higher ratings in the coming weeks. That's number 5, Ankh, Gods of Egypt. Number 4, Paper Dungeons, a dungeon scrawler game. So I haven't heard of this one before. I don't think it's been on the list. This is a pencil and paper game, obviously. And you control a group of medieval adventurers, standard stuff. 9 rounds, you select 3 of the 6 rolled dice and use these results to raise a level of your characters. Produce magic items, obtain healing potions, and explore a dungeon to face challenges and collect treasure. That's kind of interesting. And how long does this thing take to play? 30 minutes? And 1 to 5 or 1 to 8 players. That's a lot. So let's take a look at this. This is kind of interesting. So this is your roll and write sheet. I guess you have this dungeon you're going to be exploring, and you have all these tracks, which I assume you can level up people. You probably have to kill things to get points, and I guess you collect items and stuff. So it's just a themed roll and write in the vein of so many other roll and I don't know. I feel like the roll and write craze has kind of died down a little bit. That's just my gut feeling on it. I liked a few of them. I really liked Welcome to. I feel I have cartographers. I just haven't played it. I feel like I would really like that one as well. And I like the actually my wife really liked King Domino Duel. Like it was a good game to play as a 2-player. So it's doing well. I'm interested to see if it can hold on to this. I don't think this is going to be like another Cartographers or Welcome to, but it could be a very solid entry into the roll and write genre. You would say. That's number 4, Paper Dungeons. Number 3 is Cascadia. So this game is doing really well. It's I'd say rocketing up the charts. It's got some really good artwork and maybe some good gameplay. I haven't done enough looking into it. We'll see if I would say if this continues, above 8 for another couple weeks, this is very likely to end up. That's number 3, Cascadia. Number 2, so we looked at this one before, is Roll Camera, the filmmaking board game. This one looked very interesting. It looked very unique. I don't think there's anything like this, and it seems like the person that designed it really loved creating this game. About creating a film. Just from that perspective, let's take a look at it. So it's a cooperative game, I guess, that you're creating a film. The box has this cool film clapper thing in it. It's got the movie reel insert. It looks like got some, I think, good artwork and player powers. I think it's got and it's got some good looking dice. So from that perspective, it's pretty good. It's got a solid weight, and it does seem like the people that have gotten it so far really like it. So I'm interested to see if this continues to do well. I think if it does, this might be a very interesting cooperative game to try to get my hands on if it's available outside of the Kickstarter. This is Roll Camera, the filmmaking board game. And number 1 for the second week in a row is Descent: Legends in the Dark. So this game, I would say, has gotten mixed reviews and actually some really negative reviews to start out with. I think people didn't like the app integration. I think people didn't like the price. I think maybe they didn't like the 3D terrain, which I think it has. But now we're getting past all that and we're starting to see real ratings come out in this. And it's pretty positive, I think. I think we need to wait for a few more weeks and see how the game shapes up with more ratings. One issue it's going to have is at this price point, it may not get enough ratings to end up in the top 100 just from how many people are interested in purchasing a almost $200 dungeon crawler. Although you do have Gloomhaven, so there's that. So there you have it. That is the BGG Climbers for the week ending 8/18/2021. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe, and please check out our other videos. Thank you.